From the shadow of Mount Rainier comes your business superheroes, the Disruptors, Bill and Candace.
I'm Bill.
And I'm Candace.
And we're the Disruptors. I feel like we've really disrupted something already and we just got on the air.
We have. Welcome to the show.
Well, it's nice you could make it.
Well, you know, I occasionally drop in.
That's true. I know the travel is very difficult to get from A to B, but it's nice that you made it. So
remember, the road is the journey.
That is very, very true. And I'm sure your road is a very long one. So, what are we going to talk about today?
Well, I'm kind of bringing to the table today a pet peeve of mine.
A pet peeve?
Yes, I wanted to talk about it.
It's not me by any chance, is it?
No.
Oh, okay, then we should talk about it.
I still adore you.
Oh, okay. So what is your pet peeve?
My pet peeve is actually trench coat entrepreneurs.
Trench coat entrepreneurs. Oh, boy. London Fog, some sort of a real nice trench coat sale?
No. But thanks for the plug, right?
Hey, always trying to help on the show. More endorsements do help us out in the long run.
No, I'm looking. I wanted to talk today about trench coat entrepreneurs, and those are individuals that let's say they are pigeon trainers, cupcake makers, and they teach dance classes on how to dance like a banshee.
That must be interesting, the banshee part, yeah.
Well, what it really is that they have multiple streams, or I should say this, multiple concepts of money-making ideas that are really not financially sound. And so they have all of these different ideas, and they lack clarity because really none of them are making them any money.
None of them.
Well, how can you make money when you're that scattered, when you're trying to get 3, 4, 5, 6 businesses up off the ground all at the same time?
You can't. Look at Walmart, for instance. They're having a heck of a time just keeping one business off the ground.
Well, they are closing some this year.
That's right. So, an individual then, you're talking about an individual that probably got interested in selling vacuum cleaners, and then they kind of drifted into another, great distributing product. And then they just kind of got tired of that one, and they went to the next one, and it just kept on rolling, and they did nothing.
Yes. That's exactly what I'm speaking of.
I see. So you're upset with these people, I assume. Well,
I'm not really upset. I feel bad because, the ultimate thing here is that they lack clarity. Clarity. You, first of all, will never be able to do any company justice, especially when you're trying to build that company from the ground up.
Right.
And you're scattered, right? Even though it's the same type of process for each company. Each company takes devotion. And there's 24 hours in a day, Right. You can line it up and do, there's 7 days a week. I can work 1 day a week on any of these businesses, or I can work 2 days a week. How effective are you at doing that?
Well, actually, you're not, because you're kind of scattered. If you're really concentrating on building the business, you have to stay focused.
You do. I mean, Bill, how long does it take you? I mean, I know how long it takes me, but when you're sitting there and you're looking at a parallel income stream, for example, how much time does it take you to develop that one income stream for the one business?
Boy, that takes a lot of effort and a lot of time.
It does. And so you're not only doing that for one company. In order for a company to be stable in the marketplace, they need to have a minimum of 5 parallel income streams. I love 7. I know. I love 7.
Now, wait a minute. If you got to have 5 revenue streams and you only got one company, how does that work?
Well, you... Really, Bill?
Yes, no. I mean, we're confusing our listening audience by saying you don't have 5 million companies. You should have one company, but 5 revenue streams. Okay,
so let's take a restaurant.
Okay, a restaurant.
Okay, and they have menu items.
Right.
Okay, those are an income stream, aren't they?
Oh, okay. So
so they have appetizers. That's an income stream itself. Appetizers. And then you break it down. Then you have the lunch menu. That's an income stream. Then you have the dinner menu. Then you have the dessert menu. And if you're doing Uber Eats, then you actually have a segmented menu just for that.
Yeah. Okay, so in other words, we're using one big directory and putting little subdirectories underneath it.
Absolutely.
I got that part.
Are you sure? Do you want me to go over it again?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
But try anyway to, develop
So let's say with your company, what services do you offer?
I disrupt people.
Okay, I'll talk about my company. So my company has classes. We do individual consultations. We do coaching, executive coaching, personal coaching. We also have different programs like the 60-day fast track or accelerated program. We have the podcast. We have different community outreaches. These are all different things that lead to one big vision, right?
Yeah. So you sitting behind your desk with a hatchet trying to kill people.
I have never done that.
Oh, okay.
That's you.
I'm sorry.
There's the mirror again. So whenever you are looking at, let's say, baking cupcakes.
Okay.
And you've got a bakery, right? Okay, well, you wouldn't bring travel into the bakery, would you?
No, I don't think that'd be a good idea.
Okay, so you wouldn't go, hi, I own a networking company, so I sell networking, right? Uh-huh. I own a travel company, so I bake cupcakes.
Now we're getting confusing, yes.
Exactly. And it takes hours and hours of preparation time to go ahead and to define each one of your services. How are you going to market it? What's its placement on the website? How are you going to brand it? Even though that brand should go right up underneath your main brand, it should dovetail underneath your vision, your mission, and your core values. So you should have... it should make sense to what the initial business is. So if you sold vacuum cleaners, since you brought that up,
okay,
you wouldn't go out and sell Maseratis in the same showroom.
Well, no, okay. I don't think so.
So that's a little strange, right?
Well, it would be different.
Okay, so, you have to be very clear as to exactly what you're doing. And each one of, let's take a spa.
Okay, we'll take a spa.
We'll change that. So your client that come in for massage treatments might not be in the same category of those that receive waxing.
Well,
right?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So men receive massage. Not a lot of men receive waxing. Okay,
right.
So you can take that, and same way with if you're doing pedicures or manicures, they might not want body scrubbing. Okay, so these are all different services.
Is this actual torture services, or
they are not torture services?
Okay. I wanted to make sure
for our listening audience, I think Bill needs to go and experience the spa. How about you? Right? Send us your comments because Bill really does need to go to the spa. It's not wicked torture.
Okay.
I didn't ask you to get waxed. So, although, you might want some waxing done.
This show is a family show. You remembered that, right?
We
disrupt people, but you're not supposed to disrupt me.
I think we should disrupt you.
No, I don't think so.
I think so.
So these businesses, and what you're saying is if you had a beautiful big showroom or a big restaurant, you wouldn't want to have car parts at the tables, and then as you walk out the door, there's a haberdashery and a rug cleaning outfit.
No, you need to go ahead and take a look at what you honestly want to do. And then go from there and take your time and to develop it. Now, there are those people that will inevitably email us and say, hey, I own, I have my work. I work for such and such company, and I'm working on my business. You're working the one business to fund the other to phase out. I get that, and I understand that. That means work-life balance has to even be more strategic. Can it be done? Absolutely. There are countless people that have gone before you that have done that job. What we're talking about and what we're really speaking to are those individuals that really don't have clarity as to what one business they could do, and that would be their end all. Sir Richard Branson, when he did 8 companies, and of course all 8 companies, now I know he did more than that, but the 8 companies that he reached, each company reached $1 billion. He didn't start them all at once.
Right, he kind of one after another.
Exactly. So he got the process down, he fine-tuned it, and then he duplicated it in different industries. So it's no different for you, it's no different for me, and it's certainly no different for our listening audience. So if you're wanting to go ahead and you are thinking up $1 billion ideas daily, and we have those folks out there, you need to dial it down, get very clear as to what you're really wanting to do, and pursue that with the vigor that you've done with all of your other endeavors.
Oh, so you want to kind of focus more on where you're going and how you're going to build that one particular business, and then break it off into different revenue streams that are actually part of that business.
Absolutely.
Oh, well, now that makes sense. Why didn't you say that at the beginning of the show?
Really?
Notice how dead quiet it got, folks?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's been interesting. What other parts, though, can you put together? I know some companies, for instance, well, they might not see 5 or 6 different revenue streams. A restaurant industry, I could see it with a menu, and that was a good choice. But if you're, for instance, a chiropractor, wouldn't you just have one set thing you're doing and that's just adjusting?
No, absolutely not. You can bring in different modalities, like heat, cold. You can apply different things to the muscles.
Oh.
Right? You can bring in massage. You can bring in supplements. If you're a wellness, that's the buzzword now. Wellness. Everybody and their mother wants to be a wellness clinic.
Yes.
But what does wellness really look like? And what is a wellness chiropractor or a wellness doctor or a wellness acupuncturist or massage practitioner? What you've got to do is take a look at, first of all, what you're titling it. And we won't dive into all those details yet today. But the chiropractor itself, they've got several different modalities that just make sense. How about they can do retail, they can do wobble chairs, they can do white labeling their own products, where they've got lotions and potions that help. They can do pillows, they can do ergonomical equipment, they can sell balls that people rub for their feet for plantar fasciitis. I mean, I can go on and on to create different parallel income streams
that all match out with the business that they're doing.
Yes. So you've got to think about what are you actually creating, and how am I going to get there?
Now, some of these businesses that you can get involved with, and I'm not going to put out any names, but let's say you buy into a chemical cleaning company. How's that?
Okay.
Kind of that line. So then...
You're talking about direct sales.
Yeah, I'm kind of moving towards that aspect. Now, you were talking about retail outlets, I understand that, and professional outlets. What about the ones that are the individuals that are going to the direct sales aspect of it?
Well, first of all, within that, they should, when they take a look at that business opportunity, they should take a look and see what type of different items that company is providing them to sell. And it should be no less than 5.
Okay.
And there are different things that you can do that would make sense to add that to the bigger picture. So
to add the different. So actually, then it would be the same thing as having a retail or a professional business, because then if you have 5 different products, that's 5 different revenue streams.
Yes. What people don't understand often about MLMs or direct sale companies is that all that they're doing is they've provided you a platform, but you're still the face, and you're still the voice of the company. You're still a startup company. You still have to do the same things that everybody else and their mother has to do. It has to make sense for your branding, your marketing. What is your vision for the products? What is your mission? What are your core values? And so often it's kind of like, with all the hype and the emotion, it's absolutely wonderful. We're going to get rich quick, and it's no different than opening up another store or
it would be the same thing as opening your own store or grocery store. Well, that's very good information, and I always like to take a moment also, Candace, to talk about the Wild Child Group classes. Now,
I'm so excited about our classes.
I know, and we have looked the class schedule over, and it looks exciting. Now, you've got classes that start at $99, and that's a very reasonable rate, by the way. And you're covering such wonderful topics. Talk to us a little about what you do in your classes and how you've got them set up.
Well, first of all, our classes